Hello and welcome. My name is Rob Miller, and today I'm joined by Marcel Broekmaat, Marketing Manager for Project Controls from Trimble. So Marcel, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you being here. We've asked you to come in and talk about Project Controls, but before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience with Trimble.
Sure. I have a construction background, like a lot of us at Trimble. I went to school to become an engineer. Structural engineering is my background. But after joining a construction firm and working there for a bit, implementing BIM tools, I was given the opportunity to make it over to the software side, and that's where I've been since 2004. And I was a member of the Vico software team. Vico Office product, worked on that, and made it over to Trimble back in 2012. And I'm now market manager for the Project Controls domain.
Okay, so let's go right there. Project Controls, tell us a little bit about what exactly Project Controls is and why it's important in construction.
The importance of Project Controls is answering questions. That's what it's all about. When you go to a job site and you walk into a trailer, you see many people coming in and out of the trailer, asking all kinds of questions from the superintendent and the project management. It's all about the how, the what, the when, where, but mostly why. You got to explain why it is that something needs to happen, why it is that the budget is as it is, or why it is that the schedule is tracking as it is. That's what Project Controls does. We've got tools to help answer those questions.
Okay, so as you mentioned, there's a crazy amount of information that contractors are dealing with. How exactly does Trimble help make that manageable for them?
Mm-hmm. We believe that there's two flows of information. There's four aspects of that a builder, a construction firm can control. There's the quality, and then there's safety, as well as cost and time. So those are the four aspects. And we organize them in two main flows. The design aspect is really about quality, and builders receive large numbers of drawings and models now, and they develop those design sets into something that we call the constructible set. And whether that's a model or a set of drawings, that doesn't matter in the end, but that is one flow of the information that needs to be managed as part of the Project Controls solution. The second flow is the safety, cost, and time. And that is all about planning and then following that plan. So there's two sides to that equation. You plan it in the office and then it's executed in the field. In the middle is where the decision making happens. And that's what Project Controls supports, in particular the Prolog software.
Okay, so when they make these decisions, what might the process as a result of this decision look like?
So the process starts by receiving the plans from the office. So if you look at the organizational structure of a construction firm, it's like a pyramid. So at the top of the pyramid, that's where you could place the office. So that's the engineers in the office, the estimators and schedulers. They share cost plans, cost estimates, schedules, as well as the constructible set in the end. That information is consumed by the project engineers and superintendents, and then from there it's communicated to the workers in the field, and a tool like Prolog Mobile really helps with that.
So give me an example of maybe a problem a contractor would face where Trimble's Project Controls solution in Prolog would address it, but maybe some of the other point tools that contractors might see out there in the market might fall short.
Right. Yeah, there's applications like for a checklist. There's checklist applications that are simple to use, a few buttons on a mobile device. And when you use a tool like that, an application like that, you produce an output that cannot be used downstream. If you use a checklist app, then you have some information here, there's some information there, and before you know it, you have tens of places where information may live. There's some companies who even have a dedicated person who knows where that information is. So you have the various file sharing solutions out there that have the ability to store that data, but it's distributed. So that person needs to be in every meeting to make sure that the information that is needed to make the decisions in that meeting is available, and that is not sustainable.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Trimble ecosystem itself. We've had some of your colleagues, Dwayne Gleason, Jim McCartney, come in and talk about some of the other solutions from Trimble, whether it's GC Estimator or CrewSite. How is it that Prolog ties in with these other solutions in the overall scheme of what Trimble's bringing to the construction industry?
Right. I mentioned the pyramid earlier, and the fact that a lot of our users are in the middle. They're the superintendents and the project managers and project engineers. They use Prolog to make decisions based on plans that come in. So a solution like GC Estimator can release the cost plan, the estimate, into Prolog. So an estimate becomes a budget, and that budget can then be tracked using Prolog. From the field solutions point of view, so where the work happens, and Jim may have talked about that in your previous conversation, we've got a solution called CrewSite that uses Trimble RFID technology to track which workers come to the job site. So there is a plan that you may have created in a solution like Vico Office, comes into the trailer, has the number of workers planned. Now you can compare that to the actual number of workers that came to the job site and see what the differences are. And that tells you a lot about productivity and down the road invoices that you may receive as well.
So sitting here and talking with you, even just for the few minutes that we've been here, it's very clear that project controls and Trimble's Prolog solution is really key to the overall process of the construction project.
Yeah, it is that hub, the nexus, if you will, between office and field. You can pair the plan to the actuals there and make your decisions using the information that's provided using the Prolog system, and it is the way to control your project.
So Marcel, I want to thank you for being here. It's been a real pleasure sitting down and talking. And for a guy like me that comes from a different aspect of construction, more on the positioning side, it's been very informative to learn a little bit more about project controls.
Thank you.
If you would like to learn more about project controls, contact your local BuildingPoint representative. Also, be sure to connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter to learn about other market-leading solutions impacting our industry. From all of us here at BuildingPoint, thank you for watching.